Diaries in the Hive. I'm Fatima Zara Umar, editor-in-chief of Jaruma magazine, and Betty is joining us today.
Hi everybody.
And Abdul is also joining us today. Abdul is a social media influencer, so we're really interested in hearing what he has to say. So basically, the Diaries in the Hive, we're here to discuss topical issues. We're here to discuss burning issues that affect all of us. So feel free to come along. Today we're talking about weddings, the wedding industry, what has happened to weddings in northern Nigeria.
It's something that I've been actually asking myself, because these days when you go to magazines, when you go to TV stations, what you actually see are things that really unbelievable, and it worries me. Like these days, the essence of weddings, it's like lost its...
So everybody wants to impress everybody.
Exactly, that's the real thing.
It's becoming of economic burden, especially for the bride and the groom. So I think the whole issue, when you're looking at it from the initial, like when you talk about the ways, especially before marriages have been done, you tend to find that is more social than it used to be now. Mm-hmm. Now it's all about being economical in the sense of how my marriage goes and now about yours. Mm-hmm. The money that spent, the people that comes, the guests and everything. Mm-hmm. So I think by looking from the initial, you see that more people are now more interested in the actual ceremony than the marriage. That's how I see it. Yes.
Yes.
Like back in the day, it used to be that okay, maybe you just have one walima after they do your nikah. There's just one walima, and then and then you go to your husband's house. But now there's a whole industry that has been built on receptions, makeup, pre-wedding pictures, all those things. How do you think that has affected the way we get married? I'm going to put it that way. How has it changed the way we get married?
To me, I feel that people no longer respect the idea of marriage. All they think about is what will my friends say on Instagram, what will my friends say on Facebook. Mm-hmm. I think that's what people actually focus on these days. So I think it's actually a problem.
In my opinion,
okay,
I think people still respect marriage. People still respect marriage in the sense that they still want to make it big and move to the next step. So in doing so, then.
But are you doing it for yourself, or are you doing it because you want to impress others?
Well, combine the two.
Which one is more?
And then you still want to impress some people, because the whole idea of ceremony is to get some people to enjoy it with you, to celebrate with you. Mm-hmm. But the problem there is the way that it's becoming a norm, that people are spending a lot of money. Mm-hmm. People will go and borrow. Some will, of course, go and steal. You don't just know how people just.
I had a neighbor when I was growing up. It wasn't even like maybe 5-6 years ago, and she had just one daughter. It's a civil servant. Dede Gorgodori from Asiri. She has that.
Yes.
But then she borrowed from everybody to do the dress, to do the pre-wedding pictures, to do the makeup, and people that went to the wedding, they were wondering, how is Hajia able to afford all these things? So they now did the wedding, and after the wedding, everybody was coming back for their balance. The photographer was coming back for his balance. Yes, and it was so embarrassing because now the entire neighborhood has to contribute money. Now because she's in trouble. There's this notorious photographer, I won't mention his name, but he was, he came with police and everything. Hajia, pay me my money. You didn't have money, why did you?
Yes,
and it's interesting because a lot of people are like that now. You are projecting the means that you don't have for a wedding, and the wedding is just 2-3 days.
2-3 days
maximum. Yes, and then you are left with all these bills, and you are left with all this. And then, do you think it affects how we choose who we marry now, how our generation, how we choose who we marry?
To me, I feel that it doesn't really affect, that doesn't affect the person you marry. Mm-hmm. I just feel it's you as a person, you making your mind up and say, okay, I want a social wedding, I want this wedding to be the talk of the town. I don't really think it really affects the person you marry. I feel it's the girl herself that wants to say, okay, this is what I want to do. This is the wedding house. And some people start saving. I think I have a friend that I went to university. She was saying that I think I'll start saving for my wedding because
the way things are going.
I want to disagree with Betty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know, the issue of who to marry has always been an issue, especially looking at it from the feminist. Not actually feminist, but from the female side
Mm-hmm.
to the male side.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at it from the female angle, it's always that, especially at the traditional, looking back at it in northern Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
that, okay, parents will just get, a lady married without actually knowing the person to marry.
Yes.
So you see,
and that's the problem.
That won't make it an issue because you're just being married. So what do you think of pre-wedding pictures, pre-wedding ceremonies? But nowadays, because things have changed a lot, people are having the chances to. Some of them didn't have children before the marriage, So now, the whole issue is when you're looking at it from I insist on the economic angle because the whole idea of marriage nowadays is about making it big, making it grand so that it will be the talk of the town. The issue here is from the men's side.
Trendy wedding on Instagram.
Yes, from the men's side, a lot of money is being spent in the sense that you hire a lot of people, you want to make it big, you hire the whole.
Yeah, but from the women's side
is
too, we
from the
spend
men.
a lot of money because, like in northern Nigeria,
Yes.
we have to furnish the house. The groom side,
Yes.
they give you an empty house, and let me tell you that furniture is more expensive than wrappers and veils.
Very, very
Yes.
expensive.
So they always, the male side, they always go, but we do kayan lefe,
Yes.
We furnish an entire house.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we also do gara. We buy a lot of food stuff and then they share it out too. So if you're talking about economic burden, no, if you're talking about economic burden, our parents bear more burden and especially because it's our parents who host the wedding. People come to your house. For men, it's just to go for the dowry and aure. You can go from your house, you go to the mosque, they do dowry and aure. If they try, they'll have a reception.
Actually, it's not just.
No, I mean
Yes,
that you understand what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
it's just one event for men generally.
Just
But for us, there's even for traditional events, there's kamu, there's salele, there's this, there's yinim biki, there's so for if you're talking about the economic burden, I think the parents of the bride bear so much more than what the groom does, except maybe where the couple themselves agree that okay, the groom is going to do this, which is rare.
Very rare.
Which is rare because you don't want to be disrespected by the groom's family that your family cannot afford your family cannot afford this, they had to do this for you. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think if you're coming from that angle, then I would disagree with you for that reason.
I give you the
Uh-huh.
back on the pre-wedding ceremony.
Okay.
When you still look at, let's say, Living, there is this Sayambaki which is now graduating to another level. from let's say from the primary to now is beyond is to masters. Let me just say masters. The issue is like for some that I know, Sayambaki alone is about 200,000. So that depends on the economic capacity of the groom. Some will say, okay, we would like to have, let's say, some may even demand $500,000 because it used to be more of a transaction.
Yes, it's a negotiation.
So you see, they are moving the thing to another level, and that is still making it not sustainable in my own opinion. Because when you still demand for something, later there was a colleague of ours that I know that's back there in Kazan. After all this pre-wedding, whatever, when the lady finally, came to his house, that's after settling, then he started taking some of the things and selling. There was no money. And she wasn't complaining because she knows that he was just working for a year or two to raise all those things, the money and whatever.
But I think also that social media has really, really made this culture of having a wedding that is a trending wedding to boom. I think social media is largely responsible.
Exactly.
I know that there are a lot of especially Instagram.
Because I I noticed that you go to most of this people's handle, you see when they go for any occasion, they always want to tag Bella Naija, Bella, and all those things just to make sure that
people see
get to see
as many people as possible see your wedding on social media.
Instagram has contributed a lot to how weddings turn out these days. Everybody wants to meet up. Everybody wants to be the top.
But the major contribution in my
contribution
opinion is from the cheap data that now people are getting.
Yeah, cheap data is a problem. Everybody has data.
People are connected more than before, so you only expect that people will share more than before. So maybe who knows the next step of sharing? Maybe people just start snapping themselves something, and just post.
I saw one.
Yes.
Let's talk about pre-wedding shots now.
Okay.
It's like Instagram has just given birth to this industry of before we get married, we'll go to a fancy house or a fancy studio, and then I'll wear my makeup and I'll dress up. Yes, and I tag the photographer and have this celebrity photographer, my Gaskia, Eyes of Insanity, or the king of them all, George Okoro. I heard he got a title in Zazzle.
Exactly, I saw
that the Emir of Zazzle even honored him because I think the Emir's daughter or something got married and he was so happy with his work. So people, it's caused people to aspire to have, oh my God, I want George Okoro to come for my wedding. Yes, and then it's kind of oppressing those of us who can't afford George Okoro.
I keep asking myself, what happened to the days where people just go to the studio and just put their hands on
and that's how it started.
That's how it started. People just go to the studio and just put their hand and show the ring.
When I got married, it was Studio 24 that was doing it, and then it wasn't everyone that was doing it.
Okay.
Because I had friends that were photographers at the time, so everyone said, you know what? You should do shots so that you can like hang in your house. And then that was what it was for. It's for you to use it to decorate your house and your bedroom, and sometimes for your souvenir. So my parents even said they're not going to put anybody's face on the souvenir, but my friends did anyway. So the long and short of it, we went to Studio 24 and just, they said, act natural, and we took our pictures. Maybe because that time there was no Instagram. Okay. Maybe I don't know what I would have done. Maybe if it's now, maybe I would say let me post one or two.
You don't have to pay before they post it.
No, as in for on my own handle, I'll post it and let everybody see my boo. As in me, I'm off the market.
I think it's actually fun that the pre-wedding shots, but I think these days there are lots of interesting. That's what I'll call it. Interesting. Pictures out there, but I've seen how it has evolved over years, and we're wondering, is it here to stay? Is it something that's
a trend?
Is it a trend? Is it here to stay, or is it going to be like the normal thing that then baggy trousers were raining and all of a sudden it went down? Is it going to be like that? Is it going to be like something that came?
I don't think it's going to go, because when you look at it, it has actually developed. It used to be, go to the studio with your guy, take your picture, put it on your souvenir. Then it became there photographers who specialize in that.
I think
that's what they do.
It's here to stay, because the whole idea of that's the whole pre-wedding picture is undisputed. The credit goes to women, because they are the ones that would drag women to the studio.
People love it. Women love it.
Tell them to do this. Not even the photographer. It will be the woman that will say, okay, put your hand here.
To show the haters. I have a cousin who got married recently. I think just this morning he was telling me that his wife, she was in tears when he told her he's not going to do any pre-wedding shots.
Wow.
That didn't break the marriage.
Yes, no, he told her he's not going to do. Anybody that wants to see me and you together and take a photograph should come for the wedding, which is more important. But it kind of threatened their relationship for a bit, because all her friends were like, who's going to do your pre-wedding shots? Where's George Okoro again? So there are people who, I think it's creating a whole generation of women that generally that have no like they need people online to validate them that this is my husband. How many likes did I get for the picture?
Exactly.
And I think that's dangerous.
And also for the sake of balancing, looking at the employment that this pre-wedding picture is generating.
Well,
I think even for the sake of the employment, I think we should just allow it to continue.
But how many people is it
under
employing?
regulations,
That's the question.
How many people is it employing?
Exactly.
Because maybe one photographer, photographers are not really in the habit of grooming other photographers to take over.
Mm-hmm.
Photographers are usually they are lone rangers. Maybe they have 1 or 2 assistants, right? Yes, and so when you say employment, who are they employing? You see, unlike makeup artists who groom people to be on their own, a lot of makeup artists, they will tell you, oh, I was with so person, I was her assistant, and now I'm on my own. That's even more, positive. But photographers, I'm not aware of photographers grooming different people to be on their own, because they're very competitive business. So yes, you do as much as you can for yourself. I think I would disagree with that point of and I think it's too exorbitant. I mean, you can take a picture of people who are not yet married. I mean, what if they don't get married in the end? What if something happens between the pre-wedding picture?
No. That one is entirely a different thing. It's just like a constructor. Somebody who construct, let's say, a classroom to the government. Does it matter to him whether the government uses the classroom?
No, what I'm saying is, if you are charging so much,
Yes.
there are stories of one photographer charging up to 2 million naira for pre-wedding shots, so not to cover any event or anything, just the pre-wedding shots, and you wonder, why does it cost so much?
Because it's a trend. When you want to make something very
so you
big,
spend more money
you spend more money. So
Because it's a trend.
the whole idea of the pre-wedding picture is,
And I think
is for
I'm of the old school. I like to think that the more you expose your marriage, the weaker your marriage becomes. That's how I feel about it. I think that your marriage is something that is between you and your spouse and God. Just 3 of you. But when you start from the onset, there's pre-wedding pictures all over the place, and there's pictures of your events, because there are women also who their job is to buy data, scroll through Instagram, and pass comments. When I get to Yamazi, this makeup is not fine at all, this is not her color. Why do you want to expose yourself to that? I will also forget that the evil eye is real. There are people whose eyes are bad. Why do you want to expose your marriage to that? And then when you tell people, oh, my friend, she spent this amount on her wedding, and people always ask you, is she still married? Because nobody expects
it to last.
So I don't think, I feel like it's not a good thing.
Okay, I personally don't have any problem with pre-wedding photos, but what I feel is people should take it down the notch. Take it down a notch in terms of the cost, in terms of what they do. Because there's one I saw, and they were actually kissing. As I think, I don't know, that's really not cool, because you don't know who will come across. I think that's something it's very private. Something should be behind doors. So I feel people should take it down the notch, and maybe the price. I think it's actually unbelievable. If you hear how some people charge for just few pictures, I think I've
seen one where she was holding a cutlass. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It was trending on Instagram. And she was like this, and then they tied the guy up, and then they wrote in big print, "The hunt is over, save the day." And I didn't know that we've reduced marriage to hunting. I didn't know that we have to now hunt. Another one I saw, same Nigerians though, they were underwater, and she was wearing a mermaid costume, and it's like he has found his mommy water.
Okay.
For God's sake.
Okay, that's just
that's
something
crazy.
else.
That's crazy.
That's something else. I don't know. It's actually, I say it's fun. It's an opportunity for the couples to express themselves. It's actually this some I've seen really very cool ones, but I don't know. There are still some that just like what you just said, cutlass. Like seriously.
Did you guys see the one of this really big lady and her skinny.
Oh yes, I saw that. He was
taken
actually.
days.
No.
No, it's not Photoshop.
Yeah,
No, it's
very
not
good.
Photoshop.
It's actually
Really?
real. It's
Maybe
actually
he's very
real.
strong, like he has very
It's
strong
real
hands.
because I've seen a couple of the
It's a
pictures.
strong
All
way.
there was, there's even one she was jumping. He was jumping, she was jumping.
I think he was
See-
holding her like this.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's one
Yes.
he held her, and there's another one that he was like jumping and she was jumping. You could see the whole. Like, why would you want to expose
How did that
yourself
make
like
you
that?
feel? How did that make you feel? Because it was trending
It was trending, okay.
across social
Yeah.
media platforms. It
No,
was
but
on
when
Facebook.
I saw it, I was like, okay, moving on.
That's what you said. People thought that it was sweet.
But
you know?
actually, when I say
Okay.
it, I think it's more motivated. It motivates me when I say that one.
Why? Why did it motivate you?
Because a person like a person of his nature, that's a little bit slim, is having a strong will to carry such a very big woman. So you see that's another thing.
So it means that you will take care of her in the marriage.
Yes, he will.
I think another thing I didn't really like about what she did, the whole picture, was the fact that she's fat and she had all this like
Cellulite.
exactly, and she was still trying to expose her body. I felt maybe if she wore something like a gown or something, I think it would be like.
Oh, but maybe a gown would have
really
been. It would have
nice.
been hard for.
Okay, not really for the carrying part, but maybe
But
to
just like
to look
what we said,
complimenting.
we all agreed that the social networks have helped a lot in promoting this pre-wedding pictures. So I admit it was just an ordinary wedding gown that nobody would care to make it a trend.
No, not
No, not
everybody.
everybody. Like, oh, they should have worn a normal evening
Because
gown.
it's controversial.
Yeah, it was. People were saying. People.
Yes.
The one I saw it, I think I saw it on Genevieve Magazine's handle, and the comments there were really nice. You know how Nigerians are notorious for really stupid comments, but people were saying, "Oh my God, that's so sweet, true love. I wish them well." But then when I saw it on Instablog Niger, did you guys follow Instablog Niger? Oh my God, the comments. I was ashamed. People were saying, you don't know that, she'll get price, Okrika get quality, mind yourself.
It was more obvious because she was exposing her body. If it was like she was wearing a gown, I don't think people will really talk about it that much. It would just be, okay, she's fat. But she was actually wearing something short and everything was just out there for everybody to see.
Okay, there's another one I saw. It was on Arewa Twitter a lot. It was a much older gentleman and his much younger wife, but he was backing her. You know how you back a baby?
Yes.
He was backing her. Yes, that was the picture. And it was.
That one is very good. I that one.
Okay, after you're not married yet.
Yes.
No, he's not married.
I can't wait to see your marriage. I really can't wait.
What I'm saying is it's allowed for a person of his age to marry a lady that is.
Yeah, but why is he backing her?
her?
We don't have a problem with his age. What we are saying is it was ridiculous that somebody's father. He was biking her, goyo, like he was biking her, and then her hands were around his neck and they were smiling.
He
like,
wants her to really feel a baby.
to feel the love.
Yes, feel the love.
So my friend was saying, she said, "Oh, it's good. We know that he's able to carry her responsibility. But he's much older, so he already probably has a family." He has a wife or wives, and he probably has kids who are in their 20s, and how would you feel if your dad's picture is trending like that?
Close your eyes and then.
I mean, I don't think you would think it was funny.
What can you do then? You can't do anything. It's already
No, but
married,
you see how it's even transcending generations, even older people now.
I actually practice. It's actually I don't know. It's good, and I actually, based on the question I asked about is it here to stay, I think it's
here to stay because when you see how it has developed,
and everybody's going into it, so it's a good one.
So guys, you can tweet at us at
Diaries Hive.
At the Hive Diaries. We're on Twitter. Let us know what you think about pre-wedding photos, the wedding industry generally, and that's our show for today. Make sure you tune in next time when we really talk about pre-wedding shots. Signing out, Zara Umar,
Betty Duran,
and Abdul Baki Jari. So we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
All right.